everybody. Welcome back to Starlost Stormridden. I'm Cryolane. I'm the GM. This is the party in One Direction. I can't remember. It's my left shoulder.
It's correct.
Right? Hello!
If you point toward your door, you will be correct.
Oh, you found the finger!
I found it. I was looking
Let's
for
go!
it. It took so long.
Let's go! I like how your sentence was, I found it, I looked for it. Like, yeah, that is...
Well,
how
Pulse
you
is
find
actually,
things.
no, Pulse was talking about his actual finger. He's been missing it for a few days. The plastic one's been there as a placeholder.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright. That's fair.
After the accident.
Oh, no. Not another incident.
What was the accident? Roomba. Sorry.
Last time on Starlost Stormridden, we picked back up with all of you gathering yourselves together in your home and discussing the fact that a bomb just went off in your house, a small one, but you guys were in fact threatened by a mysterious force via Sending Stone, and that Sending Stone then exploded. So there's some things to address. And to address it, you guys all split up. Bella and Selic make their way to the Apropos Tower so they can speak directly with Delgado, because they know Lance is running around like a chicken with his head cut off. Ritz, surprisingly to everyone, including me, headed to the Oculi to speak to Telta and divine some details about the future and what dangers might be posed. Meanwhile, still sort of lost in the mire of her own head, Runava decided to stay in, and Vane chose to also stay, just to hang out and keep tabs on the house. Ritz, in the Oculi, bought a deck of cards, and then paid to have a reading done. Telta didn't do a tarot reading this time, implying that that's something she usually only does for your first visit. Rather, she pulled out a mirror and cast some sort of divination magic. She revealed to Ritz that he's surrounded on all sides by chaos, and that each one of you has some sort of horrific element closing in on you. Particularly, she notes that Runava seems to be the most dangerous of the group, and that even ignoring all of these elements that are bearing down on you, there is something else that you all as a group have collectively come into contact with that wasn't there when she first gave you a reading. She proceeds to try and scry deeper on whatever that is, and you again hear the name Osmandius echo through the mirror as it shatters. She sort of goes further on to imply that whatever this is, in her own words, is something far worse than fate, and that you are in grave danger. She suggests you rest and try your best to stay close to home for the next few days. Whether you choose to listen to that or not was up to you. Back at home, Runava and Vane had a quick back and forth. Vane trading the spell scroll of Blur he had previously acquired in Haven to Runava for 77 gold, and offering to share some bread he had purchased when he was out. Bread that is in the style of the Westwood. They sit down on the couch and have a nice conversation about home and family, with Runava explaining some details about her parents and her siblings, about her mother being the head of the apothecary and a druid, and then goes on to describe a little bit more information about her friends that have been mentioned before, Euros and Arunde. Vane essentially ends up building to this point where he tells Runava that After everything, it seems like because she has so much time to sit and dwell on her decisions or contemplate them, she isn't actually living life and paying attention to anything that's happening around her. And that she should take more time to appreciate both memories and what's currently happening. And Runava seems to take that advice to heart, at least a little bit. Doesn't completely draw her back into the situation, and whether being back in the situation is positive or negative is left up in the air, but the two of you go on a walk. You head out, make your way down into the cordways, kicking a rock with every intent to round it out one day. And you swing by Astera's Refinement, where you purchase some bracers of defense for Runava, and bump into Astera Darling, who asks about how the mission to Haven was. Then, afterwards, you head home. Meanwhile, last but not least, Bella and Selic head to the Apropos Tower and meet with Delgado, explaining the whole situation to him, and eventually sort of appealing to him that they worry that their lives may be in danger. And with enough convincing and a pretty good persuasion roll, he tells you to follow him, briefly stopping to say something to Berestein before taking you all down one of the lifts of the tower, revealing that there is a secret subterranean level underneath the tower, where they keep one extra Titan submarine at all times, in case anyone needs to go back across the storm wall in case of the fall of the city of Cloudbreach. He also reveals that this is where Cloudbreach's prison is. It's almost always empty because criminals, like the people who come here, usually don't end up being criminals. And even if they do end up breaking the rules, they rarely break the rules so severely that they have to be sent back across the storm wall. Currently, one of the only prisoners that they've ever had who isn't a member of the Commission is the guy you guys caught down in the deep tunnel. And Delgado reveals to you that under the effects of Zone of Truth and a little bit of torture from Eloct, the Fae in the tower, that whatever this Elysium place that is rumored to be is real, and that the Tide Striker is real, and that, according to this man, she owns the storm wall, and that she has let Cloudbreach and the Commission live here out of the goodness of her heart, or her apathy, rather, and now she's sick of letting sleeping dogs lie, and has every intent on destroying all of you. What made this change suddenly, you don't know. But Delgado reveals to you details about the Tide Striker, how she was a notorious pirate over 50 years ago who vanished. She was well known for murdering and carving a path across the seas in blood, before finally becoming sort of a ghost story. You guys also discover that the prisoner has no idea how to get to Elysium. No idea where it is. He's under some sort of magical effect that seems to render him unaware of what that is, and that Greater Restoration hasn't managed to clear it up. They're waiting for William Black to come back from that expedition to the Great Lakes in the northern part of this continent, so that he can potentially try something to clear this whole thing up. But whether or not he'll be able to is up in the air, and he won't be back for at least several days. So Delgado makes you all swear to not tell another soul, and to not take any quests that'll take you even a little bit outside of the city until a resolution is brought about. You guys then head back to home, and you get everybody caught up on everything that's happening. before splitting up one more time, with Vane and Bella going out to Nearly's, with Vane feigning that he just needs a drink, and Bella wanting to tag along so that they can make a detour real quick to the Oculi, where Bella asks for another reading, trying to find out if she can, quote, protect everything that's important to her. Telta gives sort of a gray area answer, explaining that sometimes protecting what you want is less possible than protecting what you can. And sort of upset, Bella goes a little bit further, giving Telta a platinum piece and asking if you all can trust Caston and Delgado. Telta takes the piece and proceeds to explain that Delgado is a very honest man who you can trust, and that you can also trust his brother, Nash. A revelation that sort of shocks Bella severely in the moment. Back at Nearly's, Vane explains the Tide Striker situation and asks if Nearly can help at all. Nearly expresses his intent to find whoever dropped that sending stone down your guys' chimney and deal with them. Explaining that he doesn't care how scary the Tide Striker is. It's his city, and that bitch is gonna learn her lesson. Then 3 days passed. It's the 9th of Satelun, as you guys spent time in the city doing odd jobs. Selik, at one point, you encountered, after attempts to reach out, your patron, who revealed that they would not help you with your situation with the Tide Striker, as the Tide Striker, one of her crew members, is also a warlock of your patron. That it does not take sides, and would not. It does, however, give you a little bit of a boon in the form of shape-shifting your Rod of the Pact Keeper and this new book that you got, this tome that you gathered, letting you access them both by spraying smoke out of your mouth in your typical way. It also tells you to watch out because the enemies you fear are closer than you think, lurking around every corner, even here in the city of Cloudwitch. We picked back up in the morning on the 9th of Satelun, with Lance finally coming to tell you all that you're gonna get to leave the city, but not because William Black came back, because William Black stopped answering his phone. He doesn't actually have a phone. This was me making a joke. Phones don't exist. Don't read
He
into
stopped
this.
answering his stone.
His stone, there you go. He stopped answering sendings, as did the rest of Squad 12 who were with him. And the last known location of all of them, half a mile underwater. That's where we left the session off. We are going to pick up, actually, just a little while before that, with two of you who are copying down spell scrolls.
If you don't mind, can we have this be like after when was this? After Bella left, I think almost immediately to like go see the fortune teller.
Oh, that same day? You want it to
Mhm.
be same day? We can
I
do
just
that.
I just want to have that like conversation at that point.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to make sure Bella's not anywhere nearby. I hate that bitch.
Because it's just like, what is it? Everyone's off doing their own thing, right? And
Yeah.
then Selik's upstairs now, and then Runava's like walking upstairs.
Yep, Selik is upstairs trying to contact his patron for the first time, one of the times that fails. Runava is still folded up like a burrito, in a state of slight depression. So it's just the two of you.
Gotcha. So like, just, you know, as soon as like Bella leaves, like close the book, like visibly, I guess. Like, do you react, Ray, or does Runava react? No. He'll just get up and like look back, see her like burritoing or something. Are you awake?
Yes.
Are you okay?
Yes.
Tell me. Hmm. I didn't want to burden you too much, because I noticed the puffiness around the eyes a little bit. Um, but could we maybe talk a little bit about the new magic stuff, the secrets of it? I'm trying to learn more. And I think it would be important if maybe we shared a little bit.
Right. Your dream was to relearn all magics, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess Q-Stick would be one that you've likely never touched before. Well, what do you want to learn about it?
Really, anything. Any sort of dangers, any sort of benefits, maybe even being able to tap into its power at some point.
Well, the dangers of it range depending on, I mean,
The user.
well, the one that it's used against.
Hmm.
It manipulates your flow of your energy and causes it to react against you.
Hmm.
So, take for example, sanguine shock. You saw the effects it had on that one person when I used it. His blood stopped doing what it was supposed to, flowing through his veins, and instead attacked him instead. Things
Hmm.
like that.
Like a parasite, in a way, eating
Uh,
yourself from the inside, or a
yes,
disease.
in some ways.
Hmm.
Though there are spells which aren't damaging. Uh, there's one that I've been trying to work on. Well, I say work on, but it's more remember the logistics of. Uh, it's similar to that of things like greater restoration and modify memory. Though rather than affecting the mind, it affects the body.
Hmm.
Works like muscle memory.
Interesting. This power maybe restore your youth, or am I interpreting this wrong?
Have I ever heard of a Chiastic user who has done such a thing? Because I know of the 9th level, but specifically becoming younger, I guess.
There are chiastic spells that can alter age up and down. It's similar to in other spell schools. It would be similar to polymorph, like you physically shape your body to be a bit younger, a bit older, but it does not actually extend your life. So you would basically just use it to look younger or look older.
I've heard of some users who would cause themselves their age to go up or down. Similar to that of polymorph, true polymorph, but it doesn't necessarily change your lifespan.
Hmm. Interesting.
Your natural life ends when it naturally does.
Do you think the use of those spells possibly putting us under a radar?
Probably. I mean, You're asking me about chaotic spells. I'm sure anybody who sees them or detects it would want to know more. It's in the nature of people. Curiosity.
True. Well, if you're having trouble remembering, think of anything. I'm a wizard. You're a wizard. Possibly work together to maybe recreate the effects rather than try and remember it. Maybe through recreating it, you'd either invent something new or possibly bring it all back through testing, practice, research.
You want to be my research partner when it comes to chaotic.
Of course. I'd say any magic, to be honest.
And do you understand the potential dangers of this, given what I have talked about with chaotic?
Yes. And I know it's probably a lot to trust someone with that sort of power. But if you're willing, I can be of help.
Mm. I mean, I suppose bouncing ideas and thoughts off of another person is better than not. Sure. But know that at any time I am allowed to revoke this partnership, regardless if I deem it dangerous for either one of us. Or at least the danger exceeds what I'm comfortable with.
Of course. I respect comforts.
Right.
But for now, do you have any spells that could maybe help me keep me alive? Possibly let me know if I'm in danger. Little bit paranoid with everything going on.
Well, I have plenty of spells like that. That's what I have studied for the last 30 years or so. I have Alarm, I have Shield, Thunderwave, Arcane Vigor, Counter Spell.
What about that? Right, would I have been able to like sense the like alarm if I ever like went around it and like triggered it?
You wouldn't really have been able to sense it, but Rudava didn't particularly hide that she cast Alarm several times on many of your travels. In fact, I'm pretty sure Runava has before out loud audibly to all of you told you she's setting up alarms. So you do know she
Yeah.
has it.
And you would know that Renava's alarms, after she has finished casting it, you know and have seen that the shadows grow a little bit, and some of the shadows shoot off in like kind of like a Zervi form, as if there are now creatures observing the area.
Gotcha. Arcane Vigor sounds perfect. Name for what was that spell that you cast around the tent?
Alarm?
Yeah. Those sound good.
Would you prefer Alarm or Tiny Hut? Because I also have that.
If one of us has it, I think that's good enough.
Alright.
For now.
Now, take a sheet of parchment and I'll reach into my... I don't have a hood. I'll reach under my poncho. And I'll seem to grab like a glob of ink and I'll smack it onto the parchment, and the spells will appear on the parchment, and I'll hand it to you.
I'll start copying.
Okay. So, you guys begin your new research partnership in this moment. Bouncing ideas and trading thoughts. And actually, you know what? In this moment, both of you make me Arcana checks.
Oh man, in this game where we play dice, I didn't have my dice out.
What the fuck?
21.
21? Okay.
15.
Okay. During those few days, you guys don't have any breakthroughs. But Ritz, you do sort of start to understand the concept of Chiistic a bit better. Runava's a solid, like, teacher, probably because Runava also, as she's expressed several times, is having to sort of relearn and remember a lot of this. So you're getting the very bare bones that she knows and is feeding unto you. And it's like we've described before, all the other schools of magic that you know are very much taking your energy and manipulating some part of the universe. Whereas Chiistic is like you are reaching into something else and forcing its energy to do what you want. Like normally you are a virus that's making a computer do something through sheer brute force. But Chiistic is the kind of malware that just rewrites the code and makes it do it for you.
Real quick, just one little thing. Feels a lot like my powers. I can, I can sort of change the elementalist view of it, like this giant bolt of lightning that I shot the other night. I hope I didn't wake y'all up, but like, oh my goodness.
Pretty sure we did wake a couple of people up. However,
probably. I
similar.
need to calm down sometimes. Just I don't know if you felt like a little surge of power past week or so, but let me say, just this one right here, lightning bolt. I think you should consider it. A good offense is a good defense. At
Lightning
times.
bolt used to be something I use quite often, actually. Yes, let me copy that, please.
Okay. Guys trade some spells. We'll pick back up then. In that moment with you all in your living room, having gathered in one various way or another, hearing Lance talking and the knocking on the door, it's revealed to you all that he hopes you can swim. He just kind of like, yeah.
I lived on the Isles, so I'd be kind of fucked if I didn't know how to swim.
Well, but you lived on the islands, not in the water around the islands. So
I had to travel on occasion, so, if the boat went sideways,
people do that with, like, boats. Oh, I guess if it goes sideways. I assume you all can swim. Can you all... I was saying it mostly in, like, a levity kind of way of, like, I hope you guys can swim, but now I'm actually concerned. You all can swim, right? Okay.
What if we can't?
Yes.
Okay.
What if we can't?
Can you swim?
Do I roll for this shit? Like, what?
Usually you could just decide.
Because I'm like
if he
thinking
was in the
about it.
astral sea.
Yeah, like, is there?
Oh, there's no water there.
There's not really any water, so we wouldn't have like that much reason to.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Roll athletics for me to gauge how well you could potentially swim.
Wait, didn't he swim in episode 1 because he missed his jump? No, he made it.
No,
he made it.
He missed his jump, he would be dead.
13.
Yes, he would.
Maybe I can doggy paddle.
You can't. Yeah, you won't drown, but you're not Michael Phelps. Uh,
You're not proficient in swimming.
yeah, you're not proficient in swimming. Swimmer's tools.
Feet, hands. To be fair, he's got really spindly ones, so he doesn't have like good paddles.
So,
I know how to swim.
okay, that's good. Did you guys hung out with William Black a little bit when you were on your thing? Did he explain to you what he was doing?
Exploring ruins by the Great Lake. Squad
Yes.
12.
Yes. So Squad 12, he asked for their help exploring some ruins. I was honestly kind of surprised when he asked. I figured he was going to ask for you guys. But I guess you guys wanted the Haven job. I guess you didn't know the Haven job.
They also have a Ganassi. A water
They
Ganassi
do have a
on their
water. They've
squad.
got Salt Mark. That's right.
Also, I don't know if we know this, didn't Bella tell William to...
Lance doesn't know that.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you.
wondering if Vane does, because if he does, he'd say it.
I don't think you do.
I think it was when
Not-
just Runava and Bella went.
Yeah. So I think it is just Bella and Runava who know that you're the reason Squad 12 went.
Yep. All right, I'll leave
Anyways.
it then.
Yeah, so he went up there. He was supposed to establish a whole thing with the ruins and getting up and down to them with really high level magic and some other like safety precautions, and then he was just going to teleport back, which he should have done a day and a half ago. But then he told us that there was a delay yesterday, and then he stopped responding.
He said there was a delay. What exactly did he say?
He said that there was a delay. There was some issue in the ruins he needed to look into further, and that he would get right back to us. Sending has a 25-word limit, so he didn't really go into the details. In hindsight, probably should have. I wasn't part of the conversation, but it's a lesson for me to know if I ever have to do sending. I don't cast. I don't know magic.
No, you're fine. Okay.
So we put out some feelers to some of the Core 1 members to go who are already out in the field to make their way to the Great Lakes to see if they can help. But since you guys have recently had a lot of shit going on, it might be safer for you to just not be in the city right now. And you're Stormridden, who we can just send out there real quick.
Right.
Yeah. So that's the plan, is that we're going to send you out there real quick.
Define real quick.
Oh, like the Fae's going to teleport you. Like a locked is going to
Ooh.
teleport you. Yeah.
Alright.
Second
That's the
question.
Mm-hmm.
What happens with our dear friend who's sitting here waiting for William Black to show back up?
Oh, he's going to just stay in prison?
Not that one. The one who is told that she is locked to his room until he gets back. Lonnie.
Oh, I mean, she's just locked to she's just supposed to hang out in the Institute until someone walks around with her. That's the same rule if William Black is here or not. She's just like, she's not confined to his office right now. She's got the whole Institute. I'm pretty sure she's been doing stuff.
Fair
Actually,
enough.
he walks out real quick. Yeah. And then he comes back in, like he walks out, you see him open your guys' mailbox on the wall and he grabs something and he walks back in and he's like, here.
What is it?
It's from Etalon. You open it up and there are a few things in it straight away. Number one, 2 books, Stelik's book and Bella's book. And then a wrapped sort of wax paper parcel full of cookies.
Sure.
There is also a letter with each of these items. There's a letter sticking out of the inner covers of both books, like just a smidge, so you know it's there. And then there is a smaller one that's like tied on with the cookies.
I'll hand
Lance
the
is like,
books.
yeah, see, she's not like a prisoner. I mean, I guess she kind of.
I was just more concerned she was going to get bored.
I checked the letter. They won't let me leave.
I'll
Help!
I'll take one of.
You
Kind
take
of
a
reaches
cookie.
over his like Vane's shoulder, like just really like.
Hey,
in your face.
Ritzy, you like cookies?
I love them.
You know they got egg.
Rich, you know that's true with like most cookies. Like I'd say a good 95% of cookies have egg in them.
I don't deserve to be here anymore. I've
What do you
consumed
mean
many
by that?
lives.
Oh, no, you've
I will.
consumed many eggs. Usually, the eggs that they use for, I mean, like, not just you, almost certainly the eggs they use for cooking or baking and stuff are unfertilized eggs, so
They
they
don't
wouldn't
even
have
have-
hatched anyways.
Why would they not fertilize them?
Why would they not fertilize them?
For my own
What-
consumption?
Yeah,
Must
actually,
I?
no, that's exactly why.
No.
It's barbaric. Evil.
No. Why is that barbaric? What
How's
do you
that different
mean?
than eating a cow? Lance,
Yeah,
I'm
what
sorry.
do you mean?
Like, Vayner immediately turns back around to Lance.
Hey man, people have dietary restrictions. Some people don't like eggs. Some people don't like fish. I mean, it's
Well, it's just, you're fine to have the dietary restriction, but I feel like he has this dietary restriction because of a flawed view of where eggs come from and how that sort of Ritz,
We can discuss this on the way.
we can talk about this on.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be
I left
sort
for
of an
3
instant travel
minutes.
process.
Here, you guys
But-
pack up some stuff, eat your cookies, read your notes. I'll
You want to come
Looks
inside?
around.
You can sit on the
yeah, I'll
couch.
sit on your chair. He
All
just
right,
comes
great.
over and just
Yeah.
sits.
Ritz,
coffee?
eventually we need to talk about the birds and the
Sure.
other birds.
Great.
What?
I must repent.
Ben goes, great. And he
Uh,
throws his arm around Sel. Sel, can you make him coffee?
Yeah.
So, while you guys are getting ready, you guys want to read the notes from Lonnie?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, we'll start with the note in Selik's book.
Okay.
So, as you open it, it reads. Actually, you know what? Epsilon,
Yes.
what does it say?
In Selik's book, there's a little note in there. It says, Selik, thank you for lending me your father's book. It was a delight to read. The instructional and philosophical concepts of expressing emotion were very fascinating. I think I most enjoyed the part where confronting and processing emotion was compared to building a house. It's possible to do it on your own, but the process is slow and tiring. Each brick weighs on your fingers, and it's difficult to make sure your walls are even while you place them. However, with more people willing to help carry the weight, the workload becomes lighter. You have different eyes from different perspectives to ensure your placement is how you want it, and the load of each brick feels lighter. Many hands make light work, many hearts make lighter thoughts. People were not built to endure alone, and I think that's beautiful. How wonderful it must be to be born and know that you're alive. Signed, Lonnie. P.S. You still owe me a look at that maw of yours. I wonder if you still have the ability to smile with it.
This is an audiobook? It's crazy.
It's a magic mouth, actually.
I was to say, technically, it could be
Ooh.
enchanted.
That is a thing that exists. Bella, in your book, your note reads.
Bella, though I couldn't understand all of it, thank you for lending me your runic journal. The runes are beautiful. They look like calligraphy for a language I cannot speak, which in a strange way I suppose they sort of are. Runes are how I operate, you know. If you opened up my chest cavity where my core is, you'd see tons of little carvings of runes on nearly every inch of my hollow insides. But you'd probably also notice a pattern. That said runes create a sort of trail to each body part of mine. This is how my body is able to move and function automatically like yours. The patterns of runes create internal commands that create instantaneous functions and operations, and they're powered like that core of mine. Oh, they're powered by that core of mine. I could show you someday. Maybe you'll find that you can actually read some of the runes written on me. Signed, Lonnie. P.S. I never said it in the moment, but thank you for that conversation about sympathy. I'd like to have more like that someday, or maybe just more conversations that aren't so heavy.
Yeah. They're both playing at the same time. Like, turn yours down. I can't hear mine.
I don't know where the volume button is on this thing.
I put it under shit. Okay, let's go.
And last but not least, as you guys are finishing up your packing, Vane, you grab the note on the cookies, and the note
Let's go.
reads as such.
Did you know there's a kitchen in the basement of the Institute? It's small and a little strange since it's used for testing more than proper cooking, but it still has enough capacity for me to bake, so that's all the space I need. But anyway, these are frosted sugar cookies. I wasn't too sure about dietary restrictions, but I tried to make them vegetarian just in case, so there aren't any eggs, and I used oat milk instead. If you didn't know that existed, now you do. There's also an extra little cup or two frosting, because I know that Selleck prefers his sweets extra sweet. This is my small thank you for your trust and help, and I appreciate you all, Lani. P.S. If any of you would like different sweets, let me know. I'd be delighted to try and make new things.
Frosting.
Ritz perks up, runs towards the cookie.
Just say me that frosting.
I don't think these actually played out loud, but it's okay. Vane read it
Why?
out loud.
Why
because-
wouldn't they if they were magic mouthed?
They
They're
were
not
magic
actually-
mouth. They
Oh,
were
no.
magic
Magic
mouth. It was a
mouth
bit-
joke I'm making.
It was a bit.
All right, never mind.
It's okay. Vane read it out loud.
So,
When Vane reads it,
Uh,
he does kind of like pseudo mock Lonnie's accent. Like it's not like mean, but like he puts on
Well,
Lonnie's
Vane
more
knows that
posh
Sam-
accent. Yeah.
make a performance check. I just want to
Okay.
see how good you are at this.
Sure. Probably not great. Apparently, I'm very good at it, actually. Hang on. That's an 18.
Vane, the man of
Fail.
many accents, actually does
Actually
Lonnie's
is
pretty
many
well.
accents. You know what? Go figure knowing him, actually.
He actually, the reason he kept switching out of Australian is because he's so good
He
at
actually
so many
can do that
accents,
many accents.
He has to suppress himself, they're all trying to burst free.
So, you guys read your various echelon notes and have your gifts. Ritz, the cookies are egg free, so you can have some.
Such a thoughtful soul. Appreciate her.
And then as you guys finish loading everything up, Lance is like, okay. Best case scenario, there's just something down in the ruins that's blocking communication. So we send you guys there, you go down, you grab William, you come back up, you're back here by dinner. Worst case scenario, you die, but that's a worst case scenario. Bad case, but not worst case scenario. There's a problem you have to fix. In which case, we're going to send you with some sending stones so you can communicate that to us. I guess if William can't send, then you can't. We trust you. I trust you. I trust
Wait.
you.
We're
The more you
getting
say
paid
it, the
for
less
this,
we
right?
believe it.
But it's true.
We're getting paid for this, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, I guess you could stay if you'd rather not do it, and like you be stuck here in the city until whenever William gets back on his own.
Why would I do that? I'm getting paid.
But yeah.
Also, Lance, I
mean,
think we kind of owe you some like positive news because I feel like every time you see us, you're like mid heart attack.
it's not just you. I'm way over my head with this job.
Hmm.
I was a
Noticed.
Stormridden. I was just a Stormridden. I just went on adventures. Now I do paperwork. Why'd they think I could do admin? I don't know.
The pen is mightier than the sword.
I mean, it must mean you were doing a pretty
you
decent
got
job.
biceps like this.
Oh,
I was complimenting you. You do good work.
I don't, but thank you.
Right.
I
I
think
just-
Tallulah does half my paperwork.
I just
Take it
kind of
back.
nudged Ritz and like, what does the pen is mightier than the sword mean? I don't understand.
it's faster to kill someone with a pen.
What?
It said it's faster to kill somebody with a pen.
I think it means words hurt more than physical action. Something.
Like power would kill?
Yes.
Got it. I
This
don't
is
think
why.
he can do that.
Wait, who can do that?
Lance.
Oh. But he could give us the merits, which kind of hurt just as bad.
Does it?
Well, if we get too many, we'd have to be sent back.
At least you'd still have your life, no?
Yes, but then, I'd lose some direction. I haven't gotten to be here that long. It would hurt me internally.
Some more like power would stun.
Yes, actually. Good way to put it. But more of a play on words,
Right. Highest intelligence in the party, y'all.
Yeah.
I can't
The
even
two
say
foreigners.
low wisdom.
The two low wisdom. You guys finally have all your shit gathered. You put what's left of the cookies either in bags to bring with you or in your icebox here at the house.
Or in Zervi's stomach. And also Runava's changed back into a normal clothes.
Okay, Renava's out of the depression fit, back in travel gear. Then Lance is like, all right, follow me. We're going to the Outpost Tower. I guess you don't have to follow me. You know how to get there, but I'm also going there. So
Can I drop
come
by
with
the-
me.
Can we drop by the magic store before?
Can we what?
I have something to pick up.
Okay, yeah. Sure.
I could also.
I guess it's not
potentially-
far.
Yeah.
All right, double time team, and he goes out. Just,
What day of the month is today?
the 9th.
9.
You guys head to the Cordways. Lance half leading, half walking with you guys. He keeps speed walking and then slowing down so you can catch up, and then speed walking. You guys make a brief detour a little ways down the road to Rollo's Mythical Magics, where Lance is like, all right, I'm gonna wait out here.
Thank you. Walks in.
You walk in and immediately just, hello, welcome to Rollo's. Oh, if it isn't my magical friend.
My favorite magic man. Good to see you.
What can I do for you?
Did you get that order that I placed by chance? We are about to
placed
leave.
an order with me? Why? I haven't the foggiest.
No,
No, I don't think you did.
it was this cloak.
You wanted a cloak? Like this cloak? Look at me flew.
Oh, you're joking! Ah, that's great. I love it.
Yes, absolutely. All right, here you are. Fine weaving done for you.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Well, you can
Oh,
thank
well-
Cersei and the Magic Guild for their procurement. Woo! He takes the gold.
Did the party come with me?
Yeah, they're outside with Lance, presumably.
Uh,
Or if they came inside, they're inside. Did anyone go inside with Ritz?
I'll go inside.
Bella's in with you. Everyone else is out in front of the
I
store,
was
standing
looking
out
at
front.
aisles, a little
outside.
knickknacks.
Really quickly, do you by chance have a water breathing spell scroll?
Spell scroll of water breathing. I may. Quick, go peruse the catalog while I peruse behind the counter. He opens one of his cabinets and starts digging.
Oh, Rich, that's such a smart idea. Yeah, if you have any, or if you have any water breathing magical items.
Are you all going someplace where you'll have to be underwater for an extended period of time?
Yes.
Yes.
Hold on. I run outside to Lance. Just Lance, how secret is this mission?
Oh, I mean, don't say that William Black and the Squad 12 are missing, but you can say what you're doing, I guess.
Which is getting William Black and Squad
Okay, you
12?
can say where you're going, I guess.
Okay. Went back inside. We're exploring some stuff by the Great Lake. It's really important and top secret.
Oh, interesting. Well, he flips through, and Ritz, you actually find it in the catalog first before he finds it back in his thing. It does say he has spell scrolls of water breathing.
I think we're set.
Oh,
Right here?
yes! Fantastic. 3rd level. He goes you point the number on the catalog, and it looks like he flits through his cabinet faster now that he knows where he's going. And he does pull out a scroll, and he sets it out there for you, and he's like, that will be just 110 gold.
Bella.
Hmm?
Do you think there's a chance everyone would be willing to pitch in and I give everyone the ability to breathe underwater?
You'd be able to give everyone the ability to breathe underwater?
Pretty sure that's how the spell works, if I remember on.
Yeah, it's up
above
to
the
10
table?
creatures.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh. I put 110 gold on the table.
Oh. What serendipity.
The whole thing?
It's the gold.
Yeah, if it'll help us.
My wizardly friend, do you also need the materials to copy it into your spellbook?
Wait, I don't think I actually do with my little pen.
I don't think you do know,
Yeah.
but he would ask.
I'm okay.
Perfect. In that case, it was a pleasure doing business with you all. Oh, you may also want one of these. He holds out a potion. Just,
Was it?
it is a potion of dark vision. If you can't see underwater or in dark spaces, it would, in fact, make that much easier for you.
Hmm.
Dark vision, right? I don't think I do. No, I don't.
15 gold.
I can fund this.
I'll give you 2 for 20 since you're going on an important mission. How's that?
Sure.
Perfect. And he
Sure.
slides 2 potions and he takes the gold.
2 plat.
Oh, nice. You guys have Ritz, you now have a spell scroll of water breathing and 2 potions of dark vision.
I can't state enough how much I owe you.
To me?
Yes.
Oh.
110 gold. That's how much it costs.
No, you don't owe me anything. Just you owe me casting that spell and keeping us breathing.
I'll find the way.
What do you mean you'll find a way? You just
To
cast
pay you back
the spell. Oh,
graciously.
he's all right.
I won't feel good.
Okay, well, if you
I'll find the way.
All right. I feel like this isn't the first time you also said that when I pulled you out of the sauna or the hot spring.
Yes, I'm adding them up actually at this point.
All right.
Here,
Well,
I think I have like 5.
okay. Well, let's hurry up. They're waiting for us outside.
Meanwhile, outside, Lance, just after a minute of silence, just
You good?
do you guys do you like music?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bella and Ritz come out. And you guys head to the Apropos Tower.
We're super set on potentially going underwater. Oh wait, you can also learn this. Look, Runava.
Pulse with the hand motion you just did. I thought you ripped the scroll in half
No!
to give that to
No!
Renata.
We can go to water. Now we can.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you need this.
Too bad.
No, you don't.
Hands have it to Runava. Now we both owe Bella 500 gold or 50 gold, rather.
God.
this what you meant by wizard buddies? Sharing the pain.
Wow.
The pain of gold.
He holds up a
Half
spell
the spell
scroll of
scroll.
rock breathing. Yeah.
Oh, that would be very useful, actually. Good thinking.
Oh, can anyone not see in the dark? Is it just me?
Nah,
I can
mate,
see
the
in
old
the
peepers
dark.
work just fine.
I can't
What
see
is-
in the dark, but I'm staying here.
What is that, Ritz?
This will help see in the dark.
Oh, like this? Pull out the cream that gives you dark vision.
Yeah.
Go double up. Wait.
Oh.
Can you see in the dark?
Puts on his cloak.
You put a cloak on over your robes, so now there's just one extra layer of dark.
Bella, can you see in the dark?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then, Ritz, that's all you.
Perfect.
This rune of
got it.
mine, and I like tap the rune on my pauldron, just like, yeah, it it helps me see better. I have 120 feet of dark vision.
Yeah, Bella has like the best dark vision of the group.
Yeah.
Sully lifts up his cane and just like taps your pauldron with it. Do you taps it? Do you see out of it?
No, it just enhances me magically.
Right. Cool.
All right, lads. Sounds like it's go time.
Okay, awesome. He digs into his like bag and pulls out a sending stone, and he's just, Delgado, we're here. We're down in the entryway. Do you want us to go up or the other way? Sits there for a second, like awkwardly, and then it's just you can bring them down. Okay. Awesome. Love that. Come on. And he goes and he binks the button on the elevator, and you all walk in. And then he puts his hand on the center, the invisible little console on the wall that Selic and Bella previously saw. The elevator goes down, and just like the other night, there is the floor that slides aside to let you all keep going another level once you get to the base. So now the other three of you watch as the elevator opens out into the big sort of underground dock for the Titan submarine.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Damn.
it's really cool. Also, you guys, super lucky. I didn't get to see this for a year.
We're really, really not lucky.
No, what? I mean, come on, you know?
Circumstances upon which we were allowed to see it.
Yeah.
You really had to give us Squad 13, didn't you, Lance?
I had no control over that. You just were
Hmm.
That's it.
you just
That's it.
you just had a
Go ahead.
it was just the
No,
luck
it's okay,
of the,
Lance.
no,
You got it.
No, it
The
was
what of the
it
draw?
was the
What
and
What's wrong with
Smack
13?
Vane. Leave the man alone.
Is
13?
13?
Oh right, you're not from like around here, right? Okay, 13 is typically stereotypically an unlucky number. It's a bad number.
Can we change numbers?
I'll
Anything
ask.
possible.
No one's
It
ever
won't
really
matter. We'll know that we're Squad 13. It's like
Oh.
when buildings will take out, like they won't have a 13th floor, but floor 14 knows what floor they're on.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
How many 14 floor buildings exist in this era?
Have you been to the Westwood?
It's a good point. You got me. And also, no.
It's interesting because I'm used to 4 being the unlucky number.
Huh?
4.
Yes, full. In
They must
my
keep-
in my common tongue, it's the same pronunciation as death.
Oh, that was a
Oh.
choice by whoever made speech.
Stares at the camera.
Why is that? Why is,
Check W.
Delgado is down at like a series of tables that are set out with Elox, who is standing there pointing out a couple of things to him, as well as Tallulah and a couple of other captains of like very corps commanders, and Barristeen, the governor of Cloudbreach, who are all gathered around this map. And as Lance comes up, he's just like, "Okay, everybody! This is Squad 13. Squad 13, this is everybody. You know Tallulah, you know Delgado, you know Aloct, you know Barristeen." Then Delgado, like, interrupts him and is like, "Lance, we don't have to do this." Okay. He just stands next to Delgado and is like, "Come on, we got this. Everything's fine. Everything's fine, right, Delgado? Everything's bad. Okay." The 5 of you are going to be sent to an outpost just north of the Great Lake. From there, you will follow the same passage that William Black and Squad 12 of Corps 15 took previously. We are sending you with, he puts a bag on the table, a walkie-talkie for each of you, Twintanian made, sending stones that work locally as much as you want them to. Long distance, each of them functions as a sending stone. You can pick a target that has another one, in this case, myself, and send a message as you would with 25 words or less. Once you use all 5 of them for this feature, they won't work at all. Until the next dawn.
I always wanted a rocket talkie.
Play your cards right. Maybe I'll let you keep them.
Guys, if we get any demerits on this mission, I'm beating all your asses.
Not a great way to start.
I'm just kidding. It was a joke. It was just a joke between our squad. I would obviously never do that. Sorry.
Bane looks at
If you think
Delgado
that-
and was like,
He just rolls his eyes and does like a shake of his head, and then he just... I would like you to please send us regular updates as you progress every 3 hours. As you can see, this is something of a crisis.
Mhm.
William Black is an asset to the city, but also something we cannot risk losing. And if there is something that is blocking his communication, he would probably block all of ours. And Aloct is like, it might not block mine. Then why can't you talk to him? It might block mine.
I love Aloct. I love Aloct so goddamn much.
Aloct will teleport you all to the outpost. From there, you'll meet up with several members of the research guild. They will be able to deploy you further in. If you encounter anything out of the usual, feel free to not wait for the 3 hours to come up to send us an update. If you feel like things are too dangerous and you need backup, feel free to also reach out to us. There are multiple members of Core 1's scouting division who have already reached out to. They may or may not show up in good time. If they do, you'll have backup. If they don't, you'll have to do this on your own. Most of them are coming from locations nearby and already started traveling yesterday. So you'll beat them, but probably not by much.
Nice.
All in all, this is the most vital mission you have had since you came here to Cloudbreach. And I'm really hoping it amounts to nothing more than a wellness check.
Right.
Then Barristeen at the head of the table is like, Hi, Delgado, you've got such a stick up your arse. Don't worry, everyone. 5 of you are going out. The 5 of you will come back. Fuck it. The 6 of you will come back. You'll bring William along.
Hopefully.
I would hope that all 11 of us would come back.
Well, Squad 12 was going to stay out there, so
Go back.
they would presumably stay out there even once you're done, because the ruins have to be kept secure. But I guess based on whatever talk happens, you might all come back.
Make you proud,
we'll see.
Governor.
Oh, you've already made me proud.
Oh, really?
You came all the way here. What's not to be proud about? As the founder of the Enigmatic Exploration Committee, nothing makes me happier than watching people explore. So, thanks for all that you do.
Of course.
All right. Aloct, dear, if you don't mind. And Aloct is just like, fantastic. If you all would, please step aside with me.
Vane, as he like starts getting ready, he digs in his bag real quick and pulls out the wine bottle from yesterday and goes, "Right, lads." And he tosses it to Lance. He goes, "Give that back to Neely. He said he wanted the empty back."
Nearly. Oh, yeah, nearly. Okay, yeah. He puts the bum bottle in his bag. I can do that. I know where that is. I've gone there before.
Fantastic. You're coming with us for a celebratory drink when we all come back.
I would never go cavorting out with my underlings in a public place.
Underlings.
In my those who serve under me, I would not
Lance.
do such. I would not break any of the moral fiber of my position.
They definitely didn't read whatever handbook would have told him that that wasn't a rule. Or that was a rule.
It's the commander. Like, you wouldn't have had access to that.
Yep.
Yes, Ritz.
How many minutes have we been talking since going down the elevator?
5, maybe, at most.
5. 1 more minute, and I'll be done copying a spell. That's why I opened the book and started writing.
You're going really quickly with your quill, and everyone kind of like looks at you as you were asked to step aside, and you're just like, 1 minute, hang on.
Or just like pick him up, move him.
He's
Watch my arms.
Aloct is like, do you want me to wait a moment?
Just give him a minute.
Not
Oh,
anymore.
what'd you do?
Bell is ready.
Really? That was so fast.
Hands Runaba.
Thanks. That's crazy.
You all have a moment of like, whoa, what? Like,
All right, I
Aloct
guess
has
we're
you
in.
all- You all gather in this one little spot, and Aloct is getting ready to teleport you. And as Aloct starts casting, and this runic circle sort of appears around you, it's Sylvan. It's all written out in Sylvan, and it looks like little mushrooms and fungus start to grow out of the runes as they're cast. As a little fairy circle is made by Aloct to teleport you.
We're going to the
And as it
Feywild.
starts to just sprout up here on this parched bit of stone in this dry dock, there is an unexpected sound. There's a buzzer almost goes off, like a and a couple of lights go off by one of the like empty docking slots. And Delgado turns and Baristine turns. You watch all the core commanders turn. And Baristine is just like, did you get an alert? And it's like, no. And then a little ding-dum, like plays out of one of the stones that's like set up on the wall by that same dock. And the tone plays out specifically, and it looks like Baristine has this big moment of recognition on her face. She's like, oh fuck, they're like a month early. Look, I was like, And the lock's like, should I stop? And it's like, no, this is just a unfortunate timing.
What's happening?
We've got guests. It's all right. They're expected. They're just early.
Oh,
You'll meet them when you come back.
All right.
okay.
And you guys watch as up in one of these docks, a submarine comes up and just surfaces here into this dry dock. It's smaller than the big Titan ones. It looks almost like it's the difference between like you guys arrived on a bus and this is like a company car pulling up, like an Escalade. And as it comes up and starts to dock, and Berestine is just like, oh gosh, I hope he didn't bring the captain. She's a bitch. You guys all just, and you are suddenly feel like you're ensnared in vines as a Locke's teleportation circle goes off at the end of the minute. And you all feel like it feels like vines wrap up around you and pull you into the fungus beneath you. And then there is just the sensation of moss on your skin. It is kind of comforting. It is warm and gentle, but in the same vein, it is also compressing. It feels... If any of you were claustrophobic, it is not comfortable for you. But then, just as quickly as you are placed in it, you are spit out. All of you just suddenly standing on top of a rocky surface with a bunch of wind rushing through your hair, or across your head if you don't have hair.
Through your mustache.
It is bright out here. Immediately going from the darkness underground and all of the false lighting to this, you have to blink sort of several times to let everything settle in. As you look around, sort of taking everything in, off to the north, you guys see a desert that just stretches out beyond the horizon. It is just shifting sands and the occasional little croppings of rock. But here in this area, as you look to your south, there are all of these grassy plateaus that work their way up towards some mountains. Last but not least, you look out east, and it is just water. It is not the ocean, as you are aware. This is the Great Lake. This is the Great Lake of May, M-A-E. And you sort of watch as it laps just gently at the shores, maybe a few 100 feet away from you. You guys hear the sound of birds. There are forests that you can see off along the coast of it, but it's really dense, or not dense, it's really sparsely sort of stretched out around. This is an area where it is just scrubland, basically. And as you're sort of looking around and taking in everything, out along the coast, maybe a 20-minute walk from you, you do see a collection of tents and little ramshackle buildings that you presume to be the commission outpost.
Oh. All right, let's head on down. Nice views. Crazy.
A
Crazy
teleport
place.
felt crazy.
They would fish here.
Who y'all think the guests are?
There's a lot of people in the world, Bella.
Okay, there's a lot of people in the world, but not a lot of people who the EEC would consider special guests, who would come on their own submarine.
And potentially as a captain that's Bitchy?
Yeah.
Someone who made
Very
they made the statue of, probably.
Oh, maybe.
Very much narrows it
Aren't
down.
they all still over here?
Yeah, actually. All the people on the big statue are still here.
We'll find
I
out
don't
when
know.
we get
I
back.
guess we'll find out. We just have to make it through this to, find out. Yeah. More motivation. Let's go to the outpost.
Sure.
You guys start the walk. The most obnoxious part of the walk is you guys got teleported sort of to the top of this rocky outcrop, and you have to go down and around, sort of making your way through these little crevices and ravines. So it takes you longer than you'd expect. It takes you maybe like half an hour. And as you guys finally come sort of trudging up to it through the scrubland, there are some people moving around, including one guy who looks like he probably was a spotter based on the fact that he, A, has binoculars hanging around his neck, and B, is walking out to like greet you as you come up. It's a turtle. As he kind of like steps up to you, he just why is it that I went with? Woo! What I dare say? What are y'all doing down there so pot? I didn't expect no Stormridden up as we.
Gambit?
Gambit. Howdy. We're about to make a name for ourselves over here.
What the fuck does that mean?
I've been waiting for this.
Why'd I make a name for myself?
What?
I can do a much better Gambit voice, but I'm not exactly trying to sound like Gambit.
Can you slow your speech?
Why would you want me to slow my speech? You think I gotta be like every other turtle you meet out on the way? No, sir.
You're certainly not like any turtle I've met on any way.
Eh,
It's more so that I can understand you.
what you kind of understand? I speak common just like every other one of you.
Just a little too fast.
He has audio processing issues. He's old.
Ah, you know, that's right fair there. Come on. Name's Alaric. It's good to meet you.
Alaric?
Alaric. Here.
Excuse.
Belling.
Bella, who has been completely serious, just uh-huh. Nice to meet you, Alaric.
It's good to meet you too. I'm sort of in charge of things around here.
All right. Well, we're Squad 13. Here to help.
All right. What are you here to help with?
Finding Mr. Black in Squad 12.
Oh! Looks around. And he's like, well, let me tell you right now, I didn't know that you was gonna be coming here so soon. I was told to keep this on the down low.
Oh,
The down lows.
Didn't want to just tell the first bit of you who came up and around.
The down lows why they made us hurry up.
Makes a lot of sense. Well, Ari, let's get you sit then. He proceeds through the tents and everything, and he starts talking to a couple of the other researchers. And he's like, get a bell ready. We're gonna send them on down.
How's the bell gonna help?
Oh, it's not a normal bell, it's a diving bell.
Like for a race?
You don't know what a diving bell is? Ooh! You never down near spent no time in water. Dragon Lost, we use them all the time. The diving bell. Big metal ball. Put you inside of it. We lower you down so you don't go under the water.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Why would we pop underwater?
Oh, Shaw, you ain't never heard about no pressure that deep down.
I don't really go that close to water.
Oh
Ah.
yeah, the water pressure was a big issue with the submarines at first, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, first couple of them went just straight crushed down there.
Oh,
All right.
so all right.
Ritz sits down while they're like doing like getting shit ready. Starts like
You,
getting his ritual.
you sit down and start getting everything ready while Alaric takes a big scroll out of a pot and like rolls it out on a table for you guys. All of the tents here, even the sort of ramshackle buildings, are all really temporary. You get the idea that because this is an outpost, there's like the barracks have a proper building for people to sleep in, and there's like a little storehouse, but then otherwise it is just tents that are set up everywhere. And so this one research tent that you're in is maybe 50 feet off of the water, where there's like a dock that has been set up floating on some pontoons, and there's a boat there that's getting set up. He unrolls this scroll, and it is like a just slapped together map. Like you're in the early stages of throwing one together just from information you're gathering. He goes, "No, the ruins down there. Several places are collapsed. But, Bashari, you see there is this pocket of air right here. We're gonna lower you down." And he points a little ways from it. "Lower you down right about here. We can get you closer if you don't have any ways to get in and breathe. Is that a problem for any of you?"
I'd want to be in a few minutes.
Fabulous. Last group that was here had William Black to zhuzh them up. They were able to get in just fine.
Okay,
Well,
so Brock is
we
on my
have
shoulder.
Ritz Rididdle Ridaddle Senior to zhuzh us up.
I know where that name's real, Risha.
What?
Oh, that's you, huh?
Yes. It was passed down to me
All right.
across generations.
I don't think it was you.
Yes, it was.
But if you, at the end of your name is Senior, then no, it ain't.
Oh, you
Oh,
see, you're
it-
becoming a senior when an old senior die off, bud.
Yeah.
He's also from somewhere completely different from us.
You know, you got me there. I just thought about that though.
Yeah, I'm looking at how old Ritz is. I doubt that whoever was the previous senior is still around.
All right. So, we'll lower you down, and Banana Man over here gonna put some gree on you so that you can go through the water, huh?
You could say something like that.
Perfect. All right. So, gotta travel 200, 300 feet through the water, and that's gonna take you right there into the ruins. Several pockets of it still collapsed, so you'll want to watch out. There's dangerous creatures down there, all right? If you see any lights out in the water, don't follow them. Don't follow the dead lights.
Huh?
The what?
The dead lights is what we call the lights on the anglerfish.
Oh.
They got something like that down there. These big crocodile-looking things with glowy uvulas. Don't
What are you,
go near it.
You be walking
magic
straight into the
user?
mouth?
Are you a magic user by chance?
Oh, me, I'm a cleric.
Could you do you work with illusions? Could you maybe show us what those look like?
No, I work with the weather Shah. Summoning
Oh.
down the storms and the rain. It's really good here near the desert.
Oh.
Also clearing
So-
up the sky when need be.
So don't go near any glowing lights down in the depths. Got
Oh, stay far away from them.
Got it.
When we drop you off, there's gonna be some ropes and nets. That's a line that you'll want to follow. Don't deviate from it, or you might end yourself up someplace you don't want to end up.
all right. Sounds pretty straightforward.
And once you're in there, so far as we know, everything was working fine for the William Black. They went their way through, they weaved their way around, they had their water genasi do a couple of little things here and there, but then they reached a deeper part of the ruins and not a peep. So,
Hmm.
once you find a big circular door, that's the last we heard from them. We don't know if any messaging is gonna work past that.
Big circular door.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. So up until then, you're good to send us messages for sure, but after that, we don't know.
Right. Runava, have you thought about maybe pinging your thingamajig around here? Maybe there's something nearby. Maybe it's
I
related.
was thinking of heading down a little bit first and seeing what happens.
Right.
When we get
Thanks,
down
Malcolm.
there as well, we could maybe locate his spell book. You remember what it looks like?
I
It's
did.
true.
Hmm.
I'm just saying, Renava, if another piece of your funky little headband is down there, you are bad luck.
What?
I'm fine with that.
Why would that mean that? That's just a coincidence.
Twice in a row?
Yeah.
Sha, haven't you ever heard twice in a row is a coincidence? 3 times is a pattern.
You're
Yeah.
being rude today. You're being very rude. Bad.
Like a mom talking like a 4-year-old.
You're being so rude.
He like does like tapping things like, I was kidding. Kinda.
Zerby.
Hey.
Ah. So you
They just,
point at
like,
him, and
immediately ready
Zervi
to like
looks,
catch him.
Zervi looks at Alaric and then looks at Renava and is like,
That was a joke.
ah.
Kinda.
That
Kind
was funny.
You're getting it.
Alaric is like, you want me to wait till you're done then? Pointing at Ritz.
Yes.
Okay, we'll make sure the boat's ready.
Thank you.
Ritz.
Hmm.
How many people can you affect with that spell?
And I was going to aim at the familiars
Yeah,
as well.
just hit the familiars. You don't need to do it at me. I can already be underwater.
Sounds good. Wait, who needs it?
I make Rook appear and just. Ritz is going to cast a spell on you that's not going to destroy you.
Okay. I don't know how
Ritz.
much I trust that, but okay.
Ritz, don't give him that look. You two need to start getting along. You're still
Mr.
giving him
Rediddle
look.
Redaddle, I extend the olive branch. Holds the hand out.
Hmm. Fine.
They both got those weird fingers too.
They both got the weird finger bros.
Does the weird little handshake.
They touch
Good
fingers
job.
like E.T.
Good job, you two.
But you also have to apologize to him.
Who? I ain't apologizing for shit. He's an asshole.
You're going to apologize.
I apologize.
Wow, you really folded real quick there, Rook. It seems against your nature.
Yeah, I kind of don't. He's kind of ordering me to do things. I'm still a familiar.
Yeah.
Oh.
My free will extends only so far. So I guess
think
it's not
that's a
really
good
free
thing.
or willing.
In your case, unfortunately, I feel like that's a good thing.
Ah, I'm hurt.
Now
Deep
see who
down
Spain
where my
rules.
heart would be, there's pain.
All right.
Now everybody play along nice.
Hey, I
I
call
am
this
going-
banter.
I'm going to take kindling and just drop it into my bag of holding. I'm gonna pull out Tempest and sheath it on my back. And then I'm gonna take the vicious Bane and hilt both of those swords to my side. Get ready to go in.
Sorry, you have to be
Hey.
level 6 to wield those.
I have to be level 6 to wield those.
You had to level up to get the swords.
when-
you know when you're an artist, you'll probably understand this, of like the feeling when you look at something, it's like, fuck, I gotta work on my commissions. That's the look Renava has for a moment as she looks at the vicious Bane.
When we're underwater, just general. If we run into any trouble, Runava, you still have message, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we can.
It's 120. Oh, you mean message between all of us?
Yeah, we can message. I can also. He just like opens his book and he pulls a little strand of smoke and just. I can now message people. So if we need to coordinate.
Vane holds up the Rocky
cool
Talkie.
trick. Yeah, I was like gonna say we take the bag, distribute the Rocky Talkies out to anyone who didn't grab one.
You're gonna be underwater. I meant when we're in the water.
Mm.
Unless we want to hear gurgle, gurgle, gurgle.
Gurgle, gurgle, gurgle. We'll be able to breathe the water, so we'll be able to talk, right? I don't really know how that works. If we're breathing water, I guess we'll figure it out.
Message doesn't have verbal components, so even if you whisper it, it's because it's in the head where you can still hear it.
As you guys finish your little setups and your back and forth, Ritz, your ritual casting goes off. You can pick your targets.
Everyone in the party plus the
All the
familiars.
familiars.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you do have enough to hit everybody, so you just like everyone has
Andy's
this
still
nice
got-
little wave.
Oh yeah, he's
Two
supposed to-
spares? No.
Yeah, never mind.
Yes.
Yeah,
Go. I
There's
got it
two
Two
too.
random bugs on the ground.
just two random. There's just a worm hanging out that can
I
suddenly
hit
breathe
2
underwater.
fish.
You pick 2 fish.
They start drowning.
It's like adding 2 negatives. They drown now.
Look at what you did, Ritz.
I cast air breathing on them.
I cast regular breathing on that fish.
I cast regular breathing is absolutely insane.
I cast
fuck, I'm
manual
manually
breathing.
So,
Ah,
the
damn
little
it.
pulse washes over all of you, and you have a moment where your
little pulse.
throats like tighten up for a second. And you all have like a, and then you just, and then you can breathe normal above and below water.
Nice.
Hate that.
And what's that duration?
24
hours.
hours.
Yep.
Wow.
So,
I know. I was fine giving the 100 gold for that.
Appreciate it.
That's what
the little woomph comes out, and then Alaric's just like, "Win Gabab, is you ready to go?
Yes.
All right, after me, come on."
We all have
Walks.
an entire day to do this.
Right.
Shouldn't take that long to get down there, maybe only an hour or so. And then once you're down in there, there's all sorts of air pockets, so you can re-up the zhuzh.
Just in case, though. Nice and handy.
Mhm.
Oh, gotta keep it ready, you know.
Mhm.
Don't want it to run out at the wrong time.
How long of a time before you assume we're dead? Just so we know.
Oh, me? I assume you're dead the moment I can't see you.
You
Is
are
that
from
true?
Dragon Lost.
Out of
That's
sight,
the
out of
safest
mind.
way to do it.
Oh,
That's an interesting way of thinking.
you must live such a like that's so painful.
No, it's beautiful. The moment I see anyone, I'm full of relief and joy.
But what if you're like alone? Then you're just sitting there in grief.
Nah, Sha. Death ain't the worst thing that could happen to somebody.
This is true.
What is the
Very
worst
fair.
thing
Let's not
the
open that
worst
door.
thing would be like he's about to talk, and then Vane's like, let's not do that one.
Yeah, let's
I want to hear
positive
this
thinking, positive mental attitudes. We're going on this mission. Come on,
I
everyone.
can actually,
message.
Bad game problem, come on.
Tell me.
I can
Message.
think of a good amount of it.
I personally think the worst thing that could possibly happen to you is to be launched extremely high up in the air, and then you would feel the worry as you fall down to the ground, inevitably to crack into a million little pieces. I'm also afraid of heights.
As a side note,
There's a reason I work in the desert and the water.
I hope your life lives by the earth.
That's
Ground.
the idea. He takes you to the boat, and he doesn't get on. There's already like a wood elf sitting there on the boat as you guys are loading up. He takes each of your hands to like help you into the boat if you allow it.
He's
just-
cute.
Is he cute? I mean, he's an elf. They're all pretty.
That's fair.
I don't think he can do much to help me, but I appreciate him.
He'd still offer.
Yeah.
You gotta offer the hand. As you're all getting down in, he's like, name's Forb.
Forb.
Orb?
Mm-hmm. Forb. Forbe. Forb.
Oh, nice to meet you, Forb.
Are you just guiding us down? Or are you coming with?
I'll just drive the boat, drop the belt. Rest of that's up to you.
All right.
Get into Larrick, just all of you just like, alright, Shah. Now, if you come back, we'll have a good bite to eat before I send you off. And if you don't, well, it's been good knowing you the short time I known you.
Nothing with eggs, please.
I don't.
Didn't think they were gonna order for you.
I'm not asking for. Well, I'm just asking for a exclusion,
Got it.
not an
Got it.
inclusion.
Okay. Alright.
Kick
Get
off
off.
number 5 of the Ritz tangents. Gotta talk about eggs again.
You guys get on the boat with Forbes, who undoes the sail at the top and lets the wind catch it, and you start setting out into the Great Lake. Second.
Or if you, in your opinion, who are the 30 richest people in Starlost?
Like in the whole world?
Oh yeah.
Like you want me to do like a Forbes richest 30 or like
Yeah.
Well,
like,
maybe if they're like under like respectively 30, like their 30-year-old
like
line,
30 under 30.
something like
yeah.
that.
I'm not sure I'm qualified to see that sort of thing.
Oh, it's alright. You should get into that business. I feel like it go for sure, like write a
Maybe.
magazine or a newspaper.
I like do like writing. He just starts to just sail out. You guys are gonna be on the boat for like a good 45 minutes. It's not a whole lot of room. Like there's no room for privacy. It is literally just this essentially long rowboat with a sail in the middle, and it looks like there's this big metal thing in the water with some pontoons that's towing behind you. Is there any dialogue you guys want to have while you're on your way out?
I'll ritual cast comprehend languages. May as well.
Oh,
Might as well double up, I suppose. Might as well.
You're
doesn't
walking
cost
in
anything,
ritual
I guess.
casting, and you're like sitting down in the thing.
Oh, we're traveling, so it's like
yeah, we're in the boat.
You're on
Yeah.
the boat.
Yeah.
So you can. And then as you guys are going, Forb is like adjusting the sail and everything, and then ties it off and sits down next to Vane. And he pulls a flask out. He has a quick sip that he offers it to you.
Cheers, mate.
Of course. First one will cost you your name. Next one's on the house.
Vane holding the the fucking flask right to his lips. He's like,
I said the first one will cost you your name. The next one's on the house.
Tell him your name.
Do we hear this?
Yeah, it's a boat.
He's asking what
Wait.
your name is.
Hold on, this might be some kind of Fey trick.
I'm not a fae.
Insight check.
Make an insight check.
Of which I'm attuned to Tempest right now, so I have an advantage.
Absolute.
17.
He seems mostly confused that you assume it's a fae thing. Like, he's like, what? He's like, not a fae?
No, I don't think he's a Fey. Sorry,
He's-
it's just you
He's
can never
being
be
a
too.
bit coy on
You
it.
deal with fae a lot.
Well, we have a couple of times.
we literally just
Okay.
did.
Yeah, we got here via
Oh.
Fey.
Oh, the guild leader sent you.
Yeah.
How was that?
A little uncomfortable. Anyway,
claustrophobic.
my name's Vane. And he
Vane? Like V-E-I-N? Vane?
V-A-Y-N-E.
VAIN.
Oh, V-A-I-N. That's another one that could be done. No.
Orbital laser strikes cryo.
So like sits next to Ritz. What are you doing?
Wanted to make sure in case some weird languages pop up that I can read them.
Are you comprehending languages?
Yes.
Good
Well, I
idea.
can read weird languages too.
Yeah.
So like opens up his book. I'll do the same. He opens up his tome and there's like a little weird rune and it starts to glow. I'm gonna also ritual cast comprehend language with my tome.
Oh, yo! Look at you all go! You're
Just
all
sitting
start
there.
casting comprehend languages.
Sitting next to Ritz, like also like doing a ritual with him.
I kind of like look. Have you been hiding wizardry from me?
No.
What is it?
It's a magic tome. It's not a wizard thing.
Tell me about it.
He just flips a page. It's not in a even if you have comprehending language, you can't understand it. It's just these weird sigils that like almost like ooze this slight bit of smoke like that just pours out. Like his actual tome is literally just like pouring this little bit of vapor off of it. It just has similar to yours, just different spells in it. I-
Interesting.
I cannot copy things into it.
Do I know that you're a warlock? Has that been like?
If you know what a warlock is, you might assume.
He's cast Eldritch Blast.
Interesting.
Do you
Haven't
want to look
done-
at it?
Sure.
You cannot understand anything. As it just flips through pages. But on the first page of it, there is writing that just has a few days ago, just a date on it.
Dear diary.
Is this important?
No,
Secret?
It's just a date.
No significance?
It was the day that we went downstairs.
Hmm. You usually write important dates here?
I now do, ever since I got the tome. Just days to remember, I guess. Not the moments, not writing down what they were. Just, I guess, just a day to remember.
Do you remember, though, with just that little bit of information?
Yes, I remember that's the day that we went downstairs.
Hmm. I usually need more substance to remember. Why I ask.
I guess my mind has not been jaded over 400 years.
It's crazy.
What?
Sometimes I feel like, a lot of these things that I used to hold close to me are just passing memories. Hard to remember. I have to really think on these things.
Do you have extra pages in your book?
My spell book?
Yes.
I'd rather keep that clean of just spells.
Then you should
But-
go get a book and write things down.
He's pulling out like another little notebook. Opens it. See
Start-
some like little drawings. A few words here and there.
Is this your memory?
Yes, I like to have like a visualization.
You're a visual learner.
Are there drawings of Ritz really buff?
No, more like just places that he's been.
Do you remember everything from these places?
To a degree. Not like every
So-
little thing, but the most important moments, I'd say.
And are these the things that you worry are fleeting? You said that things pass you by, the things that you miss. Or is
I
it the
worry they
small
will
details?
fleet if I don't at least like put something down.
Well, maybe you should write more
Probably.
or draw more.
Maybe I'll write and draw. Mixture.
You should do that. He's
Start
just
putting
like
down
still
dates.
holding. Yeah, he's still holding his book, and that rune is still glowing.
Halfway through their conversation, Runava puts her hood up in just the dark cover.
Okay, well, never mind, I guess, to what I was going to say. What conversation I was going to have with Runava.
I mean, you can still talk to Runava.
I guess I'll
you're
talk to
talking
the fish.
void.
Well, I know I can still talk to Runava, but if I'm sitting next to someone and they suddenly put their hood up and I can't see their face, I can be like, "Hi there." I guess I'll talk to the fish.
You lean over to try and talk to the fish. I mean, they can understand you, so
Talk
Yeah.
to the fish, not talk with the fish.
Yep. Talk at the fish.
You talk to the fish. Vane, you and Forb chat a little bit. You share some rum.
Yeah. He goes, so what kind of stuff's down there exactly?
Not exactly like I know everything that's down there, but there's plenty. Some old civilization, so research guild's real crazy about it. I study the effects of water and how it cuts through mountains and forms all sorts of things. We're sort of trying to figure out exactly how the Great Lakes formed and where the water's going and coming from. So that's why I'm here. I'm also the only one who knows how to work the diving bell, so that's why they got me on this post.
Gotcha. Look at that.
Yeah. Fortunately, the job isn't exactly where I want to be. The weather's kind of shit and the food's terrible. I haven't had chicken in ages. It's nothing but fish.
I can imagine. So does that mean
Yeah.
that our lovely little meal, when we come back, might be on the shittier side?
Eh, Alaric can make good with what he does. Just, you get sick of it eventually. I just want to go back to Cloud Breach sometime. Or Kilby, maybe. Oh, I love Kilby. Go and have a tall glass of milk. Something you don't really think about until, you're 6 months into a post and all you've seen is desert and water. And all you've eaten is bass. So much bass.
Yeah, he'll chit chat with Forb as we go. Kind of find out more about the outpost in general.
Okay. Yeah, they cycle people out every 6 months to a year based on like availability. So he has been here for many months now, and he's so burnt out. But in the middle of your conversation, he kind of like looks around and refers to a little compass on the boat, and then he unties the sail real quick and just stops talking as he pulls it down, and then grabs a rope and just and the water, and it just and starts going down. And there's a big bundle of ropes at the front of the boat that just as this anchor goes down. And as it goes down, it eventually hits a point where all of the rope is gone and it stops. He has... I don't think any of you know this, because none of you really travel at deep sea. But you can anchor in waters that are too deep for your anchor to hit the bottom. It does stabilize you. So presumably that is what he is doing.
How's that work? Is it just like leverage?
Basically, it's because the water down there doesn't move as much according to the surface. So you basically are like hooked to that point unless there's a big underwater current. Anyways, let's not get into my boat knowledge.
Remember, guys, Starlost is an educational show.
Somehow. He kind of goes past you all to the back of the ship, and you see him reach into the water to the top of that metal thing. You can only see like this, maybe foot of it that comes up out of the water, and he turns this big, like, dial on top, and it opens it up, and he looks in, and if you all look in, it is just a metal room. And he's like, all right, come on in.
All right.
And he's like, maybe you should go biggest first to Bella, just so everyone can kind of adjust around you, you know.
All right.
Good idea.
I know you're claustrophobic, right?
No.
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 All right, head on in. Bella, you clamber on down into the diving bell. Basically, quick old-timey reference image for you all to have. It's a little bit bigger, this one, obviously, but it's basically an upside-down bucket with a hole in the middle of the bottom. So once you guys get to the bottom, you can just jump in the water from there. And the air pressure keeps it from filling with water as you lower. And so he adjusts another rope, and he's like, all right. Bella's in, then Ritz gets all adjusted. Selic, you go. Vane, you go.
I go.
Runava, real quick, make me a perception check as you're placed in the diving bell. Or as he helps lower you into the diving bell.
11.
11? Okay. You watch him lower Vane down, and then he kind of glances off into the water for a few seconds like he's looking at something, and then he just holds a hand out to you to help you in.
Say something?
You start seeing all sorts of stuff once you're out here long enough. Just a big fish.
Right.
Helps you in, and he looks down to all of you, and he's like, all right, now, once you're deep enough and this thing stops moving, you'll hear a little buzzer go off. Don't touch that water until then, because you won't feel it, but this thing goes down pretty fast. So if you get into the water, it'll hit you.
How quickly would we just be?
I mean, you're not gonna like die. It'll probably knock you out though, and then you'll drown.
Mm.
I mean, you won't because you've got magic on you, but people will have to pull you out and then wake you up. It just won't be pleasant. So just don't do it.
Got it.
All right. And once you're down there, pressure's gonna be a lot. So you'll want to stay here in the bell for maybe 20 minutes. Let yourself sort of adjust. And then once you start swimming, it's going to hurt. It's going to be uncomfortable, but you should survive until you get to the ruins.
Nice.
And if you worry that you're going to die, healing magic works wonders. Oh, verbal components. Don't die. Best of luck. And then he closes the top and you hear a as he locks it up. You guys are just in this metal box. And then you hear something above you and you all feel a sort of lightness in your stomach as you are descending. Like you're in one of those really, really fast elevators when you're in like a skyscraper.
Cryo.
Mm-hmm.
I checked it because I had said it, but I checked it. Fun fact. I was technically wrong. If we can breathe underwater, verbal components are a thing. The reason that you shouldn't do verbal components underwater is because if you do, you let out your breath and you begin to drown. But because we can breathe underwater, you can still do verbal components. Because if you use your breath, you then begin to drown. Your con score is just out of there.
I guess because technically you are still saying the words. Yeah. It just doesn't
I
matter.
was like, yeah, verbal components, you can't do that underwater. It's because you'll drown. But if we have the water breathing, it is fine. So
Sick.
I mean, Selleck still would have said the thing about message, but I Googled it.
Good to know. We are an educational show. As you guys head on down, it is uncomfortable. There is like creaking that occasionally hits, and there is this sense of pressure that you guys feel from outside. This lake goes deep. Half a mile was a little bit of an exaggeration, but not significantly. Several hundred meters. Which, in the real world, you would not want to dive in unassisted. But this is the world of magic. So, we'll say that you can survive without a proper pressure suit at this depth. It's not going to be pleasant. And as you guys get down there, it takes maybe 10 or 15 minutes just to swoom down in the bell before eventually...
Is it dark? Is it dark in here?
There is a small glowing like orb up in the top, like where that hatch is. The underside of it is a little orb, so you're all lit. But the water underneath you is started out decently clear and is now almost pitch black.
Okay, so would you say because you said it's is it dim light or bright light?
It's dim light.
Okay.
I'm gonna ritual cast alarm as we're going down. You never know.
Okay.
That's true. Never know.
On just the bell?
Yeah.
Okay. You ritual cast alarm, and eventually as you guys get to the bottom, You feel that sort of butterfly in your stomach settle, and your ears definitely have to pop. And then that little buzzer goes off. It's just a little... And the light kind of brightens up a bit, sort of to indicate to you guys that you have stopped moving. Now you just have to wait a little bit for your pressure to level off. And there's a few minutes where nothing happened. And Ritz, then your alarm goes off. And it goes off a couple of times.
He like jolt in that direction every time.
Is it audible, or do you just know it in your head? Because you can choose with alarm whether there's a sound that everyone can hear, or if there is just a ping you hear.
I'd make it audible, for sure.
Okay. Well, in that case, it's silent for all of you, and then there's an audible, almost radar ping that goes off. It's like doom in a direction, then another doom from another direction. Presumably, there are fish investigating your diving bell. As these little alarms go off as creatures enter and then retreat. Is there any quick conversation you guys want to have while you're in essentially the equivalent of a 1-bedroom apartment that's been dropped to the bottom of this giant body of water?
Anyone thirsty?
No.
What?
Once you
She's underwater. I was like, anyone thirsty?
Anybody gotta pee?
Drink the ocean. Drink this lake.
Drink the lake.
I make Rook appear and just...
Hello. Oh, my ears. Fuck.
I thought about it. I'm not going to summon you down here, except for this moment.
Why not?
Because if you're underwater, your bag is gonna get full of water.
Yeah, no, you could send me back. I'll you just call me if you need me.
Yep.
Okay.
Y'all two, I point at Renava and Ritz, should probably desummon your familiars so that they don't take damage here under the water from the pressure.
Good point.
Ooh.
I gotta grab.
Oof.
And look at
Zerry's like-
Zerry.
Ah,
Yeah, you'll be fine.
ah. He wiggles again.
I'm grabbing a
I
thing.
don't. Okay.
Right back.
Zerry in 5 minutes when he fucking implodes.
Just like all
Are
of
there
the
any-
familiars go pop.
Can you handle deep pressure? I know that you can swim, but
And he's like,
no.
Have you ever been in deep pressured water? He's gonna die.
Are there any
The
useful
equivalent of just
spells?
like, huh?
Are there any useful spells you think I should copy from your spellbook? Before we go, I have time.
Yeah, you got time for one at least.
I don't think I have anything that'd be particularly useful for you currently.
You think this is sort of a dungeon of sorts? You think it's more of a...
Do you think there will be a dragon? Perhaps.
Probably. I mean, ruins. Well, now would be a pretty good time to do this. And I'll mutter something under my breath. And I'll ping my headpiece.
Okay. You guys are all underneath here. You mutter your command word, and your headpiece just boom, and it rushes out across all of you. And shockingly quickly, there is a that rushes back to you within 2 miles.
We're in the water.
Closer. It'd actually be closer. It'd be within a mile.
No, it's still in the bell thing, and Renella just pinged her headpiece, and there is another piece within 2 miles of us. I knew
Yeah,
it.
within a mile of you.
I called it.
Wait, do we feel that and know that as well?
Everyone hears it. It is an audible.
There's a
human
Renella
response.
headpiece within a mile of us.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well,
Think
two
I'll
birds,
go
one
up
stone.
then.
Is a mile still within the range of the Great Lake?
Yeah. Well, you guys are like, it's within a range of a mile. Runava, you would know. Because it does give you direction. It is not up. And it's not significantly down. It is out in the water somewhere.
Okay, I'll mentally keep track of which direction it is, so that when we go out and see where the ropes and stuff are, if it's in the same direction.
Got it.
Ritz, you're not very good at swimming, are you? You think we mentioned that earlier?
Decent. At best.
I was gonna say, I mean, you weigh as much as a stack of paper. If you want, you can like focus on, keeping yourself safe from the pressure and sort of just hold on to me, and I'll swim us to wherever is safe.
You have the strength underwater.
I think
I
I'll
know
be
above
fine.
water, a lot less pressure. A lot more work under though.
Yeah, but also, I mean, I'm a pretty good swimmer. I live by the shore, and I think I'll be fine. Also, I don't have to like hold you. We can like tie you with rope.
Sure.
And hold on. Just make yourself as aerodynamic as possible.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good to me.
All right.
Yes, Ray.
Did we have a time limit for how long we should stay down here, or nah? Or is it just-
Down here in general, no. Delgado wants updates every 3 hours. You're supposed to stay in the bell for 20 minutes to adjust. But beyond that, the only time limit is however long you want to wander around at the bottom of a dark lake.
Okay. Would you all mind if we waited an hour, actually? I would like to have locate object prepared.
Wait an hour here in the bell?
Yes.
Sure.
Just kind of look at the little cramped
I-
space for a
I
second.
will say, Forb did say he's going to
Yeah, he
bring
said
the
he's-
bell back up.
Yeah.
So if you guys aren't out by like 30 minutes, you're going to go back up with the bell.
Okay. Never mind then. We're just gonna raw dog it, I guess.
Okay.
Hey, yo, raw dog it.
Don't say that.
Maybe we'll have time when we go in.
Right.
You have the hut, right?
I do have the hut.
Let's use it.
All right. Here, and I'll reach in to my bag and like a magician's axe, start just pulling more rope out of it. Start tie off Ritz to my back like a backpack.
Okay.
Essentially, I'm what I want to do is make it so that Ritz can focus more on whatever he'll be rolling inevitably to not be taking damage, so that he doesn't have to worry about the swimming aspect.
Fair enough. Okay. The 20 minutes go by, and it's time for you to drop into the depths.
As like the 20 minutes that we're getting ready, so like just, all right, just in case there's anything down here for one, he just pulls his book back, and he just like,
that's
And the
so
book
cool.
disappears. In case there's anything down here. Please put it there. Slug disappears.
Hmm.
I
So-
don't use a spell slot. Because I'm in dim light.
How will we know if you've made it?
I can just drop
Oh.
it.
Okay.
Please put it there.
What are you saying?
It's a word over in the. It means disappear.
Oh.
I would understand that.
Yeah.
In this moment.
Wow, it does just mean disappear.
Yeah. Because that's French for disappear.
Mm.
And
Wow.
what was it? Oh God, why am I?
Shades.
Why am I? Shade Step has been told to me that it's
It's France.
like France.
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder I hate it there. I was gonna say, those of you with comprehend languages up can also read the rune on Bella's shoulder.
Only if we're touching it.
Yeah, if I touch it.
If you touch it,
Yeah. So we
Yeah.
can hear and understand any sign,
I
but
didn't know that's how.
if we're touching it, then we can read it.
I see.
So it's
Never
like
mind.
if you hold a book or a scroll is what touch
Well, Ritz
means.
is holding on to me, so Ritz can read it. It just says it's literally just a symbol that translates to the word stone.
Stone?
Sorry?
That's what this rune says.
Oh well, yeah, it's a stone. It's the stone. It's a giant. It's a giant rune. It's a
Is it
giant magic.
Is it? Oh, it's written in giant.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. We can talk more about it later. For now, are y'all ready to dive in?
I think so.
Yes. Just in the nothing.
All right,
All right.
Geronimo.
You guys start jumping into the water. Ritz, do you take one of those dark vision potions before you jump in?
Oh, I didn't even think. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. How long do they last?
They last an hour.
Okay.
You drink it real quick. You get dark vision out to 30 feet, and then you boom into the water.
On my back.
I hate that I do this to myself. You guys are maybe 15 feet above the bottom as you enter the water, immediately scaring away a bunch of fish that were sort of gathered around. It is pitch black down here. If you guys didn't have dark vision, you wouldn't be able to see anything. You wouldn't be able to see the hand in front of your face. Immediately, your bodies feel like you are it feels like you're under three weighted blankets. Like you are compressed in every direction. And the water rushes into your ears and up your nose, and you kind of let out the air as you begin to breathe the water and blink into the darkness. There's like a circle of netting and ropes underneath you, like you floated down into the target of something. It's much bigger than the bell. It's like this is like a wide area for them to hit. But they do only have one passage out. Runava, as you were keeping track of it, it does seem to be in the direction generally that ping came back from. Not exactly, but generally. And as you guys sort of float down to it, Bella, for you, swimming is difficult because you're in armor.
Mm-hmm.
But it's almost beneficial because you don't have to worry about breathing. So as you float down towards the bottom, you can basically like moonwalk off the bottom of the lake through the silt.
Moonwalk.
Yeah,
So walking backwards.
sorry, not backwards. For the rest of you, you gotta swim. And I will say, real quick, I'm double checking. Doesn't apply to any of you. If any of you had a constitution that was 14 or lower, you would have to make several con saves here. But the entire party is 15 or higher. So you are all managing the pressure despite the discomfort. And you guys make your way to the netting to follow along this path towards these underwater ruins. I want to ask, what is the marching order?
I want to go first. I have big boy dark vision.
Runava fourth.
I'll be in the back.
Ritz is on my back.
Yeah, I was gonna
so
say
Ritz is
I'm kind of tied here. You know?
Okay. So
I'm in the back. Keep a watch because I'm invisible.
Zervi turns into his whatever.
Oh
water.
yeah, Zervi's shape changes. As Runava splashes down into the water, Zervi jumps in after her, and you all watch as Zervi he gets gills that pop up on his neck, and all of his fur suddenly becomes slick like an otter's. And his face kind of extends a bit, his eyes get a bit bigger, and he gets webbing between all of his little fingers. And then, like, it's natural for him, he just fucking like starts swimming through. He has a swim speed in this form, so he is actually faster than most of you. So he just starts kind of swimming circles around Runava. At one point, Runava, he gets in front of you and just bubbles and just bumps. You just rub his face. Then he goes on. Bella,
Yeah.
because you have such good dark vision and you're leading the group, I'll say you have advantage. Make a survival check.
Okay. All right, not terrible. Oh, I'm proficient. I forgot. 19.
19. It is easy enough for you to follow these ropes and nets without getting delayed. Occasionally they get mixed up in kelp and seaweed. There's a fair amount of algae down here. The water isn't the clearest, but it's also not the worst. And so sometimes you do have to grab the rope and kind of shake some silt and stuff off of them to see where it's still going. But you're able to follow it. In the back of the group, Selic, make me a perception check.
Cool.
Normally be at
Perception.
disadvantage, but you've got dark vision, so you are rolling it.
18.
Well, normally you wouldn't be able to. 18. Out in the distance, you do see a couple little lights glowing. They look almost like orbs floating in the water.
Hmm.
They're not on your path. They're sort of off to the side.
Yeah, I mean, Selec's invisibility would go down as he just he casts message to every one of the party members, all the party members, just lights to the right and on our path, but beware they're there. Everybody just hears that in their head as he just.
You see Vane not really taking his eyes off Bell, but just vaguely hold a middle finger out in that direction.
And then I just go back because we were in darkness.
Between the survival roll and the perception roll, you guys don't get lost down here. You don't run into any of these dead lights.
Mm-hmm.
You guys make your way to the ruins. As you come over this almost underwater ridge that kind of stretches down beneath you guys, there is out ahead of you, it looks like an old series of temples almost. Like at one time you could have imagined that this was built on a mountain top with arching pathways and big domed cathedrals, but now it is just covered in moss and algae and shattered walls and stones. And it also looks like a few boats, like maybe scavengers tried to come down here and wrecked and sank. There are a couple of lights set up that clearly are not dead lights because they are sort of along your route. They're just these floating baubles, kind of light the way now that you guys are closer. Each one of them is surrounded by curious fish. So you get the idea that that's probably why they're not set up all over the place, because they do draw in little creatures. But all in all, the final stretch is safe. You guys make your way down, and the ropes all lead down into this hole at the bottom of one of these structures where then you have to swim up and in. Bella, this is probably the most difficult part of the journey for you because it is kind of tight. You are able to get through with a little bit of difficulty, but if you had just been holding your breath or you had some other kind of effect weaker than just a full water breathing spell, you probably would have struggled a bit here with still holding your breath in this tight space that squishes you. But you are able to break out into the ruins. As you guys surface, one at a time, you are just in a dark room. There are collapsed pillars and rocks, and the water laps up to this point where this breach sort of enters. But you all are able to cough out the water you've been breathing and actually get air into your lungs. And as you kind of get all the water off of you through prestoing or shaking or whatever means you do, Zervi transforms back into his normal shape, shakes himself like a dog, and then just looks around. The ceilings are tall, maybe 20 or 30 feet above your heads. And there's just this massive open expanse that stretches out in front of you guys into the dark, past your dark vision.
It's super dark in here.
It is. Your dark vision is required still.
Reach into my bag of holding. I pull out a lantern. The lance goes.
It's true, it is just a normal ass lantern.
I just light the lantern normally.
You light the lantern and dark, all of the dark vision transitions back into colored sight. Out ahead of you. Oh, go.
I was gonna say, as we get out of the water, it was kind of obvious when it was raining, but it's definitely obvious now going from sopping wet to dry. Vane's cloak basically doesn't retain water. It all just laps off almost immediately. It's the only part of his body that he doesn't have to presto.
Hydro.
I untie Ritz from me and then start putting all the rope back in my bag of holding.
I'm still invisible. I'm still here.
Oh, goodness.
There is maybe 80 feet away from this entrance what looks to be some kind of setup for rest. There's a couple of tables and a bunch of little items and artifacts and bedrolls spread out.
Might not need the hut.
As you guys head in, it's oppressive down here. The air feels musty and old, hard to breathe almost at times. Obviously it's down here. There are air pockets, but it must have been down here for a very, very long time. The algae and kelp keeps it here. but just enough to breathe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. As you guys go, what are you guys doing?
I mean, if we're short resting, then I'll try and attune to my new cloak.
Oh, yeah, we're waiting
You guys
an
want to do a
hour
short
for-
rest?
Yeah, because we
Oh.
want for Nava to get locate object, so we need an hour.
Okay.
I'm not super worried about actually taking the short rest, but I want to go investigate the little encampment.
I'm gonna set up a tiny hut here first, and then focus on
Hmm.
whatever.
I'll Vane, I'll come up to you and I'll basically ask you if you can, or you or anyone can take out their lantern as well and light it and set it up here at where we're camping out, because I want to go explore around with you as well, so I can take the lantern and be mobile with it. So we'll be able to see camp.
Do you mind if I join you for just a
course.
quick look around?
Do you
Then
want to be visible?
I'll be visible. How big is this area that we're in right now? Like, is it like a big cavern, or is it like
It's big, like, building that is now ruins.
It goes past where our dark vision could see.
Yeah. Just a general sort of visual idea is
Is this
something
map
like
that
this.
may
It
be
is
for
just
combat?
big pillars.
Mm,
No, I'm not going to
Mm.
show you that yet.
Huh?
It's just big pillars out into darkness.
Then do you mind waiting just 10 minutes really fast?
I mean,
If
is
we
the
need
encampment's within?
The encampment is within eye shot, especially for Bella, and you guys can just walk over to it. It
Yeah.
looks like it's probably set up to be close to the entrance.
Oh, I thought we were exploring farther. You're just going to the encampment.
I'm going to the encampment and then I can explore, but it'll probably take me 10 minutes just to poke around that. So
mm.
Yeah,
Cool.
so
Uh,
the wizards are setting up a tiny hut near the encampment. Vane is checking out the encampment. Bella wants to look further.
Yeah. But I'll
Yeah.
go with Vane to check around the encampment first, and then we can all three of us
Yeah.
go around and explore.
and he's like, if we're gonna go further, and if it's only gonna take you like 10 minutes to look around, I'm gonna cast something that might help us move a bit quicker. Or at least
Alright.
me, in case we run into something and I need to run back to get the others.
Cryo, worst case scenario, is the camp within 120 feet of where Runava's setting up?
That's up to Runava.
Can you lay out, so there's the entrance, and then 80 feet from that is a spot to rest,
Mhm.
or the spot with like the bedrolls and whatever. And how
Yeah.
far away are we from that?
80
From
feet.
that, well, you guys just came in through the entrance, so you're still
Yeah.
just 80 feet away
Oh,
from it.
okay.
You guys haven't gone anywhere yet.
I'll be 70 feet from the entrance.
Okay, so just
Or-
like
From the
70 feet
end?
from the
Oh.
the bedrolls and
camp,
stuff.
the bedrolls
Yeah.
and stuff. So you just get like 10 feet in and start setting up the tiny hut. Okay.
Yeah.
We when we go over there, Sadek just sits down like against like the wall or anywhere, and he opens up his book, and there's the sigil of a skull that just starts to flash. And I'm gonna ritual cast something. I'll DM you, Cryo.
I can't do the like tooth whistle, but you know the like the really sharp whistle.
Yeah.
Bane does that, and Selleck basically as soon as you start to look up, you feel that as the tether like sinks to you.
Weird.
Even if
So,
you
yeah,
can't
just-
see it, you'll at least know something happens to me.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, just to be sure, everyone's on the same page. They're setting up tiny hut. There's a lantern on the ground next to them, so we can still see them and everything. I have a lantern walking with Vane to the bedrolls and stuff. Salak is staying with Runava and Ritz at the moment to ritual cast something for 10 minutes.
No, I'm going with you guys. So I'm
You're coming
I'm
with
walking
us
over.
to ritual cast.
Once you get to the camp, then he's going to ritual cast
Okay.
Gotcha.
while you're exploring. Okay,
Cool.
So The two wizards
Oh,
sit.
fuck. If that's
Start ritual
it, then
casting
I'm
Tiny
hitting
Hut.
one of the wizards.
Sorry. Oh, that's smart. That's smart.
Well, I was
Pick a
hitting.
wizard.
I thought you were staying here to ritual cast, which is why I hit you.
Ruby can come with you guys too.
Okay.
So Zervi tags along with you guys. Vane, which person do you tether to since you're not tethering to Selic?
Does Tiny Hut interfere?
You don't know, but it probably wouldn't. Above table, no.
Okay. Yeah. Vane just kind of assumes immediately, and then he looks over and he's like, "Ah, fuck it," and he hits Ritz with it.
Prepare me.
Take me out to dinner first.
It worked
No.
out great for you last time, didn't it?
I guess so. You know, just one me though. You know, it's a weird feeling. Runava. I don't know what kind of places, what kind of locks this place has, but you might want to get ready the knock spell.
Oh, that's already. Okay.
Selic,
Yes.
redo your comprehend languages when we're done here. You might need it.
Right.
So the two of you head to the camp first. As you get there,
Three.
it is.
Three of us. It's fine.
Selic's with us.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the three of you. Selic's going, and then ritual casting while you guys sort through it. As you get there, Zervi immediately starts sniffing around at everything. There are 3 tables. One of them is just full of what looks like random things, vases, pieces of stone, the occasional like knick-knack or trinket, all old and just some decrepit, but it looks like they were trying to clean them up and check it out. Another one of them is covered in paper. It looks like they're making little maps, and also any papers and scrolls and stuff that they find down here or there. Then another one is just food and like various stuff that's stockpiled. And then there are 15 bedrolls sort of spread out between the squad and William Black and researchers that should probably cover everybody, and then some. Please feel free to either each of you make one and then take the average, or one of you make at advantage an investigation check.
What's your investigation, man?
Okay.
Mine is 0. So you should do it at advantage.
I'll do it. Let's go. Fuck it, we ball.
I have very average intelligence, but high wisdom.
Thank God for advantage.
Okay.
15. The other option was 3.
Woo!
Natural, or
Okay.
did you like add your plus already?
5.
So, Selic, you sit to ritual cast while the two of them start sorting through.
Should investigate it. I heard investigation.
Zervi is sniffing around. Holy shit. Zervi is sniffing around. As you guys are investigating, the table has some old documents that look like if you pick them up wrong, they're gonna just fall apart. So you're very gentle with those. Nothing there that you can really understand. It looks like all of the stuff that's here is like written word, in a language that is beyond any of your capacities to read. But then there are drawn maps of the inside of this place, a couple of images that are scrawled out of sites you haven't seen yet. Something that looks like a big circular door, window, you're not sure. But there are also statues that have been hand drawn in sort of mock-ups. And there are attempts at translating whatever is on those pages. And you do find one that Bella, because you've been in his office for an extended period of time with Runava, you do recognize as William Black's handwriting. It's got all sorts of rapidly sort of scribbled notes on it, like he is figuring something out. And there is a name there that immediately catches your eye as you're going through with your lantern. You do catch in this paragraph that he's translated out the name Osmandius.
I grab the sheet of paper. What does the rest of the paragraph say?
The full paragraph reads, translation by one William Black, and then the date, which is 2 days ago. And it says, herein, in the depths far below, which were once high above, we bequeath Osmandius to an eternal rest. Should he ever be found, may those gracious enough to see his corpse be riddled with the knowledge that they seek. And if his enemies were ever to find him, or the gods were ever to grimace in his direction, may they die 1,000 deaths. And then Will has a bunch of little notes underneath of just like resting place of Osmandius, question mark, question mark.
And
then
this
one that
is on the door?
No, this is a translation of one of the scrolls.
Oh, okay.
But then he does have a note that says need to go deeper, and then another that's what's behind the door.
I show Bane. Gotta call him over and show him this.
Huh.
I'm starting to get a bad feeling about all this.
Why? Because the last time that we ran into it, we almost got blown up by dynamite.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. I mean, it feels kind of like we're poking around with things we shouldn't be.
I feel like
That
that's all
name-
we've really done so far, Bella.
I suppose, but that name was Mandius. I don't know. It gives me chills.
I mean,
Like, I don't know. Like I'm not supposed to be saying it.
guess so.
As you guys are hanging out, Zervi suddenly comes walking back, just
What's up, mate?
You found something?
he turns and he walks off in a
Oh.
direction.
Susie's stuck in the
Oh.
well.
Oh, what you did? What to Susie?
No, that's above the table, me being the dickhead.
Yeah, he waits for you guys to kind of follow him. He is walking off a little ways away from the encampment, but at most 30 feet, because he definitely didn't go far in his searching.
Mm-hmm.
So, Selic, you're left there with the bedrolls while you ritual cast. And you guys follow Zervi, and there's a little spot that's set up with some chairs, like folding wood chairs, up against what seems to be a wall. But it kind of concaves away from you. It looks smooth. Kind of this interesting rim around it. Big. This concavity is a good 20 feet higher than you. And as Zervi is looking at it, it looks like a dial almost on the wall. And Zervi is like, like he
Are
can't
there
reach
any
it.
symbols or anything on it?
There are a couple of them near the dial.
Vane offers his arm down to Zervi so he can climb up on his shoulder.
He just like he does with Runava, basically turns into a little lump of shadow and curls up your arm onto your shoulder and then just
Does it feel
reappears.
oddly weightless if he kind of
He feels weirdly enough the same weight, despite the fact that he shrinks down to just a tiny little ball
Okay.
of shadow.
What do you got, mate?
He points at the dial and it's like,
You want us to touch this?
Can I
Ah.
recognize any of the symbols, or like do I?
It looks like the same writing that was on those scrolls. And the way it's aligned around here, make an intelligence check.
Natural 20.
Oh!
It was literally, I was about to say 14, and right as I was turning around, it flipped over to the next side.
Dude, you and Zervi both. That's how he found this.
Oh, that's why you.
It
reacted
is.
to that.
It looks like a dial. It's not as dusty as most of the stuff around here, so it's previously been interacted with. And with the way the lines, the words and lines and everything match up, they're probably just settings that you turn the dial to.
And
Some of the Magitech you've seen back in Cloud Breach.
Yeah, I'm like, hold on, don't touch anything yet. I'm gonna run back. Or I mean, we can just say I grabbed the notes that had Osmandius and stuff on them because I was gonna show it to the rest of the party, because it has like the scroll and like the translation writing, and so I want to see if any of the writing on the wall matches any of the writing that was on the scroll, so that I can see like the translation.
I'm gonna say no. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't line it up. It's not.
Okay.
It's not like a 1-to-1 like Rosetta Stone ease of translation kind of thing.
Okay.
I'll say real quick while you're back, Selic. Back at the tiny hut. Tiny hut goes up. So wizards, you are defended in the tiny hut. Selic, your ritual cast goes off.
I have a fun.
Do you
little
have
dial.
flavor that you want to say real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. So like as soon as the rune, it's been like flashing purple and then it goes white. He's like, you're here. All right. Come forth, steed. You are needed. Hugo. And he pulls the smoke out of it like a thread, and he like wraps it in his hand and just he throws it over like next to him.
It lands and it immediately starts to curtail up and around. And then you all hear the sound of hooves for a second. Out of the smoke clatters a skeletal horse. And as it comes up from the skull, smoke seeps out and peels back. So it almost has flesh made of smoke that you can see the bone through. And it rises up in the dark, shakes itself off a little, and then just goes, "Oh, it's dusty down here."
Hello, Hugo. I hope you have been well.
Why did you
Outstanding.
summon me here?
You don't have lungs. You're not affected by dust.
It's so dark.
You can see in the dark.
I know, but there's no colors.
Right. I'll make sure to tell you what colors there are as we ride.
Thank you.
Of course, Hugo.
Where are we?
Underwater.
We're underwater.
You don't have lungs. You can't drown.
This is the loudest any of you have gotten as he says that, and the underwater echoes out. Just underwater.
Hugo. Voice down.
Okay.
And Selleck gets up and just. All right, everyone, we're ready to start moving. I have my mouth.
Is this Phantom Steed, by the way?
This is Phantom Steed.
You guys can
All
see this from where you are in the tiny hut happen.
Just trot over.
The tiny hut, by the way, Runava had, with her finger, drawn a line where the tiny hut would be. And as I think it's like 11 minutes or 10 minutes?
It's 11
minutes.
for ritual.
It just seems to get slowly sketched in, starting with the foundation until it meets at the top.
That's cool.
You ready to move forward? Just standing on this fucking terrifying skeleton horse that sounds like he was bullied in high school. Are we ready?
Bella, you see that all happen. It kind of interrupts your train of thought, and then you're back to it as you're like, oh, okay.
Oh, we're straight. All right. You have comprehend languages up, right?
Not right now, no.
You
It's an hour.
It's up for an hour.
hour, so you would still have it. It took
Oh.
you, yeah, probably for another 10 minutes.
Okay.
You cast
Hey,
it up
just
on the boat.
Quick, come
Yeah.
here.
Hugo, over.
Right, Hugo. And anyways, do you think you can read any of these? I think this is a settings dial.
He puts his hand. He like has Hugo trot over. He puts his hand over, and it'll take a minute, but he can start to
Okay.
decipher.
You start to decipher it. While Vane, you waited here for Bella to run and come back. It looks like these chairs were set up to like just sit here, watch something.
Yeah.
They're clearly commissioned because they're wooden, like folding chairs that have been set up. And there's a couple little like, what it looks like they maybe came over here and had sandwiches or like snacks, like clearly like a little sitting spot. And as Selleck is adjusting and everything, all of you hear out in the darkness just a low like kind of comes through the whole place. Like a huh? And then Selleck, the settings all finally translate to you. And it is. It seems to be lighting settings, like a dimmer almost. It's currently off.
Yeah, he just translates like, yeah, it's used for the lighting.
Oh,
Right.
Bella just
I literally
Cranks
just, as soon as he says that, I just.
Ah!
you turn it, and no, there's not a box. These are not the lights for out here. You turn the dial, and out there in the dark, lights start to come up. Some old mechanism, somehow still alive after all of these years, that turns on basically these little spotlights that glow, because that concavity that was there was a window, a massive glass crystal window that looks out into the lake. And you can see almost like a big courtyard that has been set up underwater. And in the middle of it, there is a massive humanoid from the torso up, almost like it's buried in the silt of the lake. Arms are chained down to the bottom of the lake. The top of its head is this massive V shape with just a hammerhead-like mouth and all of these eyes along the way. And as the lights come on, it kind of like it moves one time. Not like you've woken it or it's lively, but like a long tortured beast that is reminded of its own existence. Then it settles back in as you watch the darkness and the water around it kind of also settle, and you realize out of its back are dozens of huge tentacles. And before you can really gather much more than the shock of this, you all hear echoing as footsteps start running towards you guys
Bella.
out of the dark.
Yeah.
If we die, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
That's fair.
Out of the dark, as Zervi kind of like gets all set up on Vane's shoulders, as Hugo kind of bulks a little bit in
Armor
shock
of
and
Agathis.
fear. You armor of Agathis, and then you hear a familiar voice. You hear Salt Mark. You just hear, "Turn it off! Turn it off! Turn it off!" as she comes running into the vision of your guys' lanterns. You go real quick to turn it off. You do, and all of the lights die out slowly. You hear this another guttural like now seemingly knowingly from that creature as Salt basically collapses against you, Bella. She is bloodied and injured, and kind of shaking as she just kind of pants and is like, no.
Oh,
She like glances out behind her into the dark. And then she turns back to you and she's just like, we're all gonna die. And out in the dark, you hear something that was following her. And as you look out and a bunch of eyes start to reflect the light of the lanterns back to you like cats in torches, that's where we're going to end our session today.
Yippee.
Yippee.
Oh boy, we get combat.
Woo! Goodness gracious.
oh.
Yeah.
Oh god, I hate underwater. Why
I
do
love
do this
that
to
you
myself?
keep doing it to yourself, though.
Because I
It's
know it's
so
unnerving
funny.
because it unnerves me. Thank you all so much for listening or watching. If you enjoyed, feel free to hit us up and watch other things. Go on to our Discord so you can enjoy the community, or go check out our merch or our Ko-fi where you can support us and our editor can continue to eat because that's good. We like supporting Marcy. Oh, hi, Marcy.
Hi, Marcy.
Marcy, I hope you're as horrified of deep, dark water as I am, because this is a great time. Hi, I forgot again, so we're recording this next week. But in this session, Alaric, the lovely Tempest Cleric, who everybody met, that wonderful turtle with that Cajun accent, who's been waiting a long time for this, that is a captain NPC
I knew it.
from one Rodimus in our Discord, spelled ROD1MU5, pronounced Rodimus. They put in Alaric during the course of campaign 1 of Starlost Seas, actually, and we're getting him in now. So, congrats! If you want to see your NPC in the world of Starlost, you can support us on the Captain tier, and they will show up, most likely hanging out and vibing with our lovely Stormridden group right here. So, yeah, that was it. Okay, bye.
I'd love to see my character in Starlost.
No.